Good morning, guys. It's Chris, the Ultimate Recycler here, and I'm at the shop, and it's midweek. It's Wednesday, so we're not open. We only open Friday, Saturday, Sundays. But I thought I need to make a start in sorting out some stuff here. I have actually made a bit of a start, but I thought I'd at least film a bit for you guys. For those that don't know, I've been a second-hand dealer in this little town, Nagambie, Central Victoria, for 23 years, most of which I was next door in an old shop, and there's an enormous playlist on cleaning that place up when it sold and I had to move out quickly. Consequently, I moved into this place, which I share with Christine with her business, and this place is now on the market and we have to move out. At least we're not under so much pressure, but we do have to start making some inroads because there's a whole lot of stuff to deal with. And if you don't know how much my stash involves, because there's a lot of stuff stored at home from when I had to move next door, I'll put a link underneath for the playlist, not a playlist, on my revelations of a hoarder and all my stuff I have stashed away, what I'm going to do with it. The clock over there is chiming. It's 11 o'clock. I've just brought a coffee to the shop. Now, uninterrupted, without any customers trying to give me money, I'm going to sort out some stuff and I'll bring you guys with me. I'll have a bit of a look around at the shop first. We have made a little bit of progress. Little bit, tiny bit. Now, there's no lights on, and when we're packed up, as you can see, there is absolutely stuff everywhere. All the aisles are packed full of trolleys that we put out the front when we're open. The counters are over here. And each weekend we've been making inroads into reducing the quantity, even though you can't really tell. But we're not taking any more stuff in. We're getting very good at saying no to people. Because I've been dealing for so long, people just keep coming and bringing stuff in, electrical stuff, or, you know, their uncle's got a house they've sold and they want it cleaned out, or we're fielding phone calls left, right and centre. And look at this place. We don't need to put any more in, given that all our store sheds are full, and given that we now have a limited life here. So we went and priced all our cabinets the other weekend. It's not fire sale prices, but pretty cheap. We put $50 on that set of shelves there, which is real timber. It's not chipboard. I think we've got 50 on that pine set as well. And we have actually had some excess. If you have a look at Elvis here, he's filling in a spot where there was a little set of, a little display case actually. I think we had, I forget now, $40, $50 something, and it actually sold. So we've made some space. And as each cabinet sells, we will juggle around the stock, move it out, and then we've got shelves out in the back room we can move in. This big set of drawers we've never actually had for sale, but we decided we can't take it with us. We still actually have a lot of our bookwork and stuff in there we have to sort out, but we have got a price on that, $150. We've decided we're not going to price any of the little cabinets. I've made this one here and the one this side I've made out of old cutlery canteens, but they will be handy if we go to a market and do a bit of dealing at markets. So we will be keeping our little benchtop display cases, including this larger one here with jewellery in. It's manageable and it's a great display for jewellery. If we go to a market or something, if it rains it won't get wet. Well, the cabinet will, the stuff inside won't. And I think we can always sell them down the track if we don't need them, you know, via Facebook Marketplace or something. A lot of the books we'll probably just put out onto the book exchange. We haven't started doing that as yet. There was a 3 or 4 tiered whatnot little corner shelf in that section there. We have sold that as well. So I think we got 50 for that. So a few things are starting to go, but this place is certainly still very full. Okay, what am I going to do today? Well, I thought I might go out to the back storeroom. I have made some progress out there. In fact, I've been pulling some stuff out of various spots. We moved a chest of drawers out from under there that was just for storage. We put it out the front for free. It hasn't gone yet, but hopefully someone takes it. And behind these empty cardboard boxes, I've also been clearing some stuff off these shelves. And you would have noticed in the last video there was some DVD players and things which I've been through. That's where some of those were stacked. So I'm thinning them out rather than clearing them right off. I know I prefer to be methodical and clean them right off properly and move from one spot to another. Lots of stuff out in this storeroom, and I thought I probably should start right where you're looking, that huge pile of stuff, because it's pretty difficult to get through from the other storeroom with a heavy box when all this is making the track a little precarious to get through. A fair bit of that is farm stuff. There's a lot of electrical things I've put on top, chargers, lampshades, things that I just have to deal with. And a lot of that stuff, especially lampshades, we need to sell while we've got a shop. We can't really sell them any other way. I've kept them because I've been collecting lamps and fixing lamps and then reselling them, so a spare shade is always handy. But I'm not taking any more lamps, so we might just put the shades in the shop, you know, at $5 each or something. The bigger one I'll get better money than that, and move them on. But we'll have a peek through here because I have made further progress. There's lots of stuff in here, including packing supplies, bookwork, and car manuals and clocks. I've got a lot of clocks. Most of those will go home eventually, but I don't really have anywhere to put them yet. And the little track around this side, we can now get right around the other side. I may have shown you that in a recent video. We did have some floods in here from heavy rain, but we've managed to avoid any damage. Those doors go on a cabinet that's in the shop. It's a very early pine school cabinet, and I kept the doors. I'll probably put them back on. I'm not sure if I'm going to sell those cabinets or keep them. This area around here, even though it's dark, oh yeah, it's very dark. We've nearly been able to get right through now, and there's a couple of empty boxes and there's a tub full of bubble wrap, so we're doing pretty well here. We can just about do a full lap, and I'm confident now that if it does flood again from another heavy storm, nothing's going to get damaged. There's a plastic tub here. We can't see a thing. I'll take it out. It has got some bottles in it, so we'll take that out and have a look through it. There's another school cabinet here. It actually says teachers on it. I love these old cabinets. They're beautiful early 1900s pine cabinets with some great shelving, and this one has stock in it which we'll get out probably when it's easier to get through here. So what we do first, let's take this little tub, which you cannot see, out to the counter and have a look at it. I think it's got bottles in it, and then we'll start making some progress in that big pile of stuff that's right in our walkway. I'm tempted to start from the back corner, but it's too hard to get everything through here. It makes much more sense to clear up this area first. Okay, let's turn some lights on, and we'll get this little tub up onto the bench and have a look. I'm pretty sure it's bottles. Looks like bottles. So I wanted to drag this box out, or at least one box of bottles, because I've got lots to go through and I don't want to sort of bore you with bottles all the time. Oh yes, there we go. But I know I have some collectors on the channel and some people that found my channel through antique bottles, so it's good to look through some. These have been, well, I don't know if I dug these or they came from a collection. They're all mostly medicines and poisons. All look to be early 1900s, so we'll quickly go through them, see if we've got any good value. This one's not one I know of. Bale & Co. lime juice and glycerine. Interesting combination. It's got a chip on the top, unfortunately. You probably can't read that, but I don't know that bottle. Interesting. This is a pretty standard Davis pain reliever. Painkiller. Don't know what was in it. It says vegetable oil, I think, on one side, but a lot of the painkillers and medicines back then had morphine and all sorts of stuff in it. There was no regulations. That's a nice little vintage bottle, but nothing written on it. This will be a perfume. Nice design. Probably would have had a little glass stopper. You dig a lot of these sort of bottles when you're out digging tips. All the small ones seem to survive quite well. That's a cough balsam, Jenner's. So that's quite a common medicine bottle. The medicines that are worth money are more your small town ones, not your general generic cough medicines. This one's linseed compound, and I think it has a dosage on one side. So again, a very WH Comstock, I think the company was. But again, a generic type bottle, lots of them around, never going to be worth much, doesn't matter how old they are. This one's a bit different. Looks like F. Wolf and Son, Karlsruhe. So that's got a town's name on it, or is it Karlsruhe? I'm not sure if it's a German place. I think there was places in Australia by that name. I'll have to check that one out. These are very common little coffin-shaped poisons. The green ones are quite nice. Some of them were actually made in Japan, even though they're quite early. So they're an applied top, dates them generally pre-1920s. That one's quite dirty. But they come in greens, ambers and blues. This one is a very common eucalyptus oil, and this says HS Cope and Co. Maryborough. Very common one though. There's a symbol on the bottom for around about World War I era. You probably can't make that out in the camera. So yeah, not worth a great deal, all under $5 really. Oh, this is a sewing machine oil, and it's actually branded the Singer Manufacturing Company. So it's quite a nice bottle, that one. Not rare. Oh, it's got some fractures to the top, I think. You can see some lines through the top. That's a shame. So these fractures, sometimes you can't see them. Sometimes they stand out like anything because of the light refracting off them. So that's a nice bottle. Shame it's a bit damaged. This is, oh, it's got something on it. Oh, it's just got graduations. So probably a chemist bottle of some sort. No name on it. Bit of damage to the top. Nice ice blue colour though. Whoops. Another HS Cope Maryborough. You might be able to read that one a bit better. Get the light in the right spot. Maybe not. So eucalyptus oil, that's a pretty standard shape. The most common one is a Basisto's, which I think they still actually have Basisto eucalyptus oil. This is another one, Ingwerson's. Not sure where that one was, but it's common again. A slightly larger green poisons. It usually says not to be taken. And they had decorations like crosses or dots on the poisons, and the idea was that during the night, back in the day when they didn't have electricity, and you needed some cough medicine, you could actually tell what you should drink and you shouldn't drink. So anything with lots of, how shall we say it, noise, if we're talking in Braille, lots of warning signals, don't drink, it's going to be poison. And you'll notice the cough balsam here, other than a little bit of embossing, was very smooth. A little miniature wine bottle. It's got a bit of a kick up underneath. No names on it, so not going to be worth very much at all. This is got a chip on the back too. It is embossed with something. I can't make that out. I'll have to give that a bit of a wash, see what that one says. A little oil bottle. These are sometimes found underneath windmills. Sometimes they have a number embossed on them and the number is upside down. And the idea of that was that these had a wooden plug in them and you put it on your machinery upside down. And the oil gradually just dripped through the wooden plug into the bearing. Or they weren't sealed bearings, they were usually just a bush or a bronze shell or something that needed lubricating. So these were little replaceable oil bottles, quite collectible, but don't bring very much at all. And as I said, you can sometimes find them under a windmill because they were used on the machinery and they obviously sometimes just fell off. Another medicine of some sort here. This one says hygienic shaver line. Kramer's, I don't know that one either. Sorry, I'm not showing you when I'm reading it, but I can't read it when I point it towards you. Don't think it's anything special, but it's not a familiar one to me. Another cough balsam there. Evergreen eucalyptus. That's a different shape for a eucalyptus oil. It's got a few fractures in it, and you'll notice in the glass, we get a close up here, hopefully it stays in focus. Some glass from around the 1920s and 1930s seem to be very prone to fractures and dings. Yeah, it's got little fractures all through it. I'm not sure if you can make it out. And it's just really poor quality glass. I'm not sure why. Sometimes it looks like they've been in a fire. Sometimes they have, and it's caused fractures. But that's just from the era where, for no apparent reason, they had imperfections in the glass and it caused a bit of damage. So, unfortunate. Here's a cute little angel. I think it's got a crack through it. No, it hasn't. No, it's just dust. Little angel, probably a perfume. It's probably not quite as old. Yeah, it's Avon. Yeah, so 1970s, that one. Another eucalyptus oil. That's Marshall Chemical Company. Not one I see a lot, but it is a eucalyptus oil. A little bottle here. It has Eckersley's mentholine. Some sort of little medicine of some sort. Another eucalyptus, P. Jones Mallee extract, Mallee brand eucalyptus extract. A little bit harder to get, that one. A standard chemist shape one here, but it's not. I think this is a skin. Yeah, it does skin lotion. Sometimes these were hair tonics. John Strange Winters. Strange? I probably can't read that properly. Looks like strange. John Strange Winters. Don't know that one. Chipped to the top again, unfortunately. The triangle one, I can tell you without even reading it, it'll say R. Harper's or something to that effect. R. Harper and Co. Limited. I just had a look. It was upside down. They were a cordial extract, I believe. And I dug one tip one day where we got like 50 of these. So they're very common. A little 6-ounce soft drink. Property of OT Australia. Crown Seal soft drink. Probably 1950s, I'd think. Maybe 40s. Fairly common. OT was a huge company. Now this little jar was probably for pills. Nothing written on it at all. So a little vial, I guess you'd call it. No real value there. Okay, we have some. Oh, this one. This is I think this is a hat dye. M. Baelf. They come in amber as well. I don't know. I might have even seen one in blue. They'd be pretty rare in blue. That's the common colour, and they were a hat dye. Maybe like a shoe polish, perhaps. Now I have some branded chemists here, and this is from my old stomping ground, or nearby, near Matawa. So this is James Barnes. No relation to the current singer Jimmy Barnes that I know of. He was a chemist, and it has Minyip and Horsham here. I believe he also had a branch in Warrnambool. Judging by the stepped top on this one's probably into the 1930s. And it does have AGM on the base in one line, so late 20s, early 30s. And Christine's going to go crook at me. I'm making a mess on her counter here. So they're quite collectible. And we did a lot of digging at the old Minyip rubbish tip many years ago. Here's another one. And this says, again, James Barnes Chemist, Minyip and Horsham. Is that the same? They come in a range of different sizes, and there are different trademarks. That one looks identical. Here's a smaller one. Oh, it's got some bad damage to the top, unfortunately. It's got a bit of a purple tinge. It's older. It's got an applied top. It again says James Barnes Chemist. Oh, this says, oh yeah, Minyip and Horsham the same. And it is the same trademark, but it's an older bottle. It just has an M on it for Melbourne Glass Works. So probably around 1910, that one. And another one. This one says James Barnes Chemist, Minyip, Horsham and Warrnambool. So this has the 3 towns on it and a different shaped trademark. It's in a shield, but still a stepped top and a large AGM on the base. So probably into the 30s, that one. So that's a nice bottle. It's still got the cork in it. So I don't know what contents it had in it, but it looks a bit mysterious. Only 3 more in here. This is a essence of coffee and chicory. Before you had instant coffee, I guess you bought coffee in a syrup form. This is Symington & Co. One of the most common of these, Edinburgh. It's the half size. They come in a bigger size as well. Not worth very much at all. Lane's Emulsion. Not sure. Some sort of hair tonic, maybe skin tonic. A drink. Oh, it says lung healer on the side. Well, there you go. And body builder on that side. So there we go. Lane's Emotion if you want your lungs healed and your body built. That's the way to go. Last one here. Oh no, there's 2. Oh, this one's damaged. It's got a crack around the top. This is an Infants Foods. Melons of London. Must have been a huge company. They turn up quite often. And they're probably elsewhere in the world. It probably had a glass stopper in there. But it's got a bad fracture around the back. So, whoops, and I'm tipping more dirt over the counter. So not much value there. Last one's a tiny little perfume that when you're out digging a tip, most people miss these. They get shoveled out of the hole. But they make a nice collection, all little perfumes, but not much value in that, and very, very hard to clean. Okay, that's it. Bit of a bottle unboxing. I have a few to check, but really, there's really not much value in here. I'm probably not even going to go to the trouble of washing any of them because the time to wash them is just not worth it. I'll check out a few of the rarer brands just to make sure I'm not giving away a super valuable bottle for nicks. But I'm probably going to put these all in a box at maybe $2 each, and if they've been here for a while, maybe drop them to $1. But washed up, particularly these green poisons, that one won't clean up very well because it's been in acidic soil and it's got some scale developing on it, some opalescence, and it won't clean off. Yeah, you could wash it and it looks nicer, but when it dries, it kind of comes back with this flaky opalescence. But in nice clean condition, a lovely green, not to be taken poison like that would probably get $20, but it's never going to come up to be nice clean condition. And washing it, whilst it will improve it, takes time, so that's just going to be in my $2 box and someone else can wash it up. I will check a couple of these other brands that I'm not sure of, but pretty well we're just going to go $2 a bottle, see if we can get some returns. Except the Miniop Chemist bottles. I've got a bit of a collection of those. I'll check the ones that I've got, and any that I double up on I will price. And I think they're going to be a bit better, although the damaged one isn't going to be, unfortunately. That's also got a crack down the back of it. So that might be a couple of dollars. Although if it's one I haven't got, I might keep it as just a filler until maybe I'll get a better one. But I do like these ones because they're kind of local to where I grew up. And yeah, I think named chemists from small towns will probably appreciate in value as compared to your generic type medicines. So there we go. I better clean up Christine's desk before she sees it. I've been through the ones I wasn't sure on and there was nothing particularly rare at all, but I've pulled these ones out and I've washed them up and they look so much better washed up. Now, even though these are mostly fairly common ones, they are a little bit more unusual. The little oil bottles are quite hard to get even though they're fairly plain. I'm going to actually go $10 each on these. These are all undamaged except for those small fractures in the lip of the Singer oil bottle. But I'm going to try $10 each on those in the shop. The rest of them can be unwashed at $2 each, and I've put my Miniop Chemists away. So whilst there was nothing fantastic, we could get, what's that, $60, $70 if we sell them all at 10. And who knows what we get out of there at $2 each. Is it possible we've got $100 worth of bottles out of this? I know most bottle collectors would look at it and say no, but hey, we'll see how we go while we've got the shop open. I guess when you consider that we got those Miniop Chemist bottles that are a bit harder to get, we probably have got in excess of $100 worth. So that was all right. Let's go back to the storeroom. We have to get some of those lampshades out because I promised we'd get something done from there. Next time we're at the shop, we will probably do a bit more serious work in this area because this is where the bulk of the stuff needs to go from. But since I suggested we need to start here, I'll grab these lampshades out. They can all go in the shop at $5 each. They're all undamaged and they're relatively clean, and I've kept them to go on lamps. But I'm not getting lamps from the op shop anymore. So these can all, I mean, we might struggle to get 5 for that, but we'll try. And I think I'll put 20 on that one. And at least that will get them out of here. The box of bottles took up a bit longer than I expected, but then again, I should know better. I talk a lot when it comes to bottles. Well, many of you say I talk a lot when it comes to everything. But if we get these shades out, then it looks like, oh, there's another square shade, we better get that down too. Then at least it looks like we've made a little bit more progress. There we go, out of the storeroom. I'll price them when I'm in the shop on Friday, along with that clock that we got going. And that large box underneath the shades has all the tins in. So if you follow my channel, you know exactly what we're up to there. And the pile behind me is just slightly smaller. So progress made. A day when we're not even at the shop, I wanted to start coming here and do some unboxings and start getting organised because ultimately we've got to empty this place and I'd rather not leave it all to the last minute like when I was at school and I left my assignments to the last minute. I've got to be more responsible. I've got to be mature. I know I can do it. Let's just not make it a real pressure situation at the end. Thanks for coming along. I appreciate your support. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.